We're going to put this West Side Story to bed, once and for all. That's what we're going to do today. There's some other things that are important that are, current events. They're key. We'll get to that. But the West Side Story. I'm a soldier. Welcome to the Aviso Narvaez Political Commentary Report, Volume 15. West Side Story. Que contra. The West Side Story to me is an abomination. And everybody's missing the point. No, let me correct that. Intelligent people are not missing the point. Boricuas are not missing the point. Boricuas that have been victimized by this story are not missing the point. And what is the point? The stigma, the stereotype, it's devastating. And the reason why is what I espoused before. It was a big hit. A big hit. I almost want to say a big-titted hit. But we'll cut that out. Or maybe we'll leave it in. But here's my point. It was such a big hit, the whole world saw it. And by the whole world seeing it, everybody said, oh, Boricua, sharks. I don't want my daughter, I don't want my sister near those sharks. Oh, the girls. Oh, I don't want my nephew, I don't want my precious son, blonde hair, blue eye, with this beautiful Latina. It was terrible. That's the point. Forget the music. And Spielberg and Kushner should know better. These are great artists. They have a plethora of stories. Spielberg went down a lot in my book and in other people's books. He went to Puerto Rico and did some town halls in order to make sure he does it right. Does what right? They had dialect coaches. Dialect what? The bottom line, Leonard Bernstein was right in the 50s. He said choosing Boricua as the ethnicity is a mistake. And it is. And we've paid for it. And I just can't believe some smart people that I know, oh, the music, oh, the beauty. No, you're missing the point. They did the New York Times had a couple of articles. One was a debate among 4 dignitaries, and they were debating it. 2 of them sound like me, and 2 of them sound like, well, white people. And then they had a scholar from Hunter College. I'm a little agitated today because, so bear with me. Hunter College scholar, dignitary, did a great article in the New York Times and point out the fact that you just can't have symbols and nationalism and a picture of somebody and think that that is advocating the culture. It's not. You can't just have the sharks hymn the Boricua anthem when they're walking away from the cops and think that that's symbolism. That works. No, it doesn't work. The background story didn't make any sense. And yes, they did portray Anita as an African Boricua. Fine. That's the only thing that they did right. The rest is just garbage. And it has to end. I am so glad that it's bombing. Yeah, it'll get nominated for some awards because white people control those awards. But boy, thank goodness it looks like it's going to flop. And it should flop. The West Side Story has got to go. And if Spielberg and Kushner want to do something good for the Boricuas, then hire a Boricua writer to write a real Boricua story. The real Boricua story, not the West Side Story. It's almost like I want to be able to, perhaps as a Boricua writer, I'm motivated to write a story about the Jews killing Palestinians. How would you like that? Wouldn't go over too well. And that wouldn't make me anti-Semitism either. It's my point that I'm trying to make. It's a metaphor. And half of the Boricuas are swallowing it once again like they did 60 years ago. And it disgusts me. West Side Story. Anyway, enough of that. On the front of current events, there's been some interesting developments today, yesterday and today. And some are disturbing, but there's some positive. I see some light in the voting rights because now Mitch McConnell got caught with his pants down once again. It smells, and it's not impressive. Mitch McConnell is horrible because what got exposed now is that they could do a carve-out after all. They did a carve-out for the debt ceiling, people. The debt ceiling, the full faith and credit of the United States is okay. Why? Because they changed the sacred rules of the filibuster, and a carve-out was done, and by a majority vote, the debt ceiling was passed. Therefore, Schumer, let's just get the voting rights passed. You even have a backup vote with Murkowski in case Sinema or Manchin balk. Let's get it done, please, before Happy New Year. You want a Happy New Year? Get the voting rights passed. On the legislative side for the Build Back Better bill, look what's happening. Manchin is pulling a Manchin. He's a disgrace. He's a coal miner. He's an oil guy. He's even arguing about the leases in the Arctic now, or the offshore drilling. He's disgusting. And now he went back on his word. The progressive Democrats in the House took the president's word because the president took Manchin's word. They were going to pass them both at the same time. Manchin said, no, don't hold one hostage. Let's get the infrastructure bill done. And here we are almost a month later, and I don't think they can get the Build Back Better bill until January. That bill should have been passed. Childcare. I can list a plethora of things and benefits of that Build Back Better plan. And Manchin is chipping away. And it's disgusting. And Sinema is chipping away. So on that side, it's not that. It's kind of sad. On the pandemic front, 800,000 people. 800,000 souls, 800,000 fellow Americans have passed away, and direct cause is COVID. And half didn't have to pass away. They passed away because the bastards around Trump, and they ignored the pandemic. And that's why we have 800,000 people. And you know what's scary with the variant? We're back to where we were a few months ago. What I mean by that is between 1,000 and 1,300 people die every day. Between 80 and 100,000 new cases every day. And that's without even the new variant hitting the shores yet. So on the positive side, Pfizer has a pill now that's getting approved that if you do get COVID early, you can take the pill. Doesn't mean you can't get vaccinated. And there's a lot of stupid people out there. Oh, no, I have the pill. No, you got to get vaccinated. But if you do get COVID, you can get this Pfizer pill. That's good news. Bad news is a new variant in town, and they're hoping against hope. That's why the boosters are allowed as young as 16. Remember, the boosters were first for people like me, immunosuppressive, older people. Now it's everybody. 16-year-olds can get the booster. Why? Because there's a new sheriff in town. New variant. And why is there a new variant? Because 70 million adults in this country are not vaccinated yet. And that's a disgrace. Why is there no Omicron? What's that thing called? The new variant. Omicron, or whatever. You know why there's no Omicron variant in South Korea? Because they're disciplined. They all got the vaccination. You know why there's no Omicron variant in China? Well, that's a different story. China said, hey, get the vaccine or else. But South Korea doesn't have an or else. They have a democracy, but they're disciplined. And that's why there's no variant there. Why is there a variant here? Because 70 million Americans went, hey, Joe Rogan, I don't need a vaccine. Ridiculous. Total ridiculous. Aaron Rodgers, football guy. Oh, all of a sudden he's a doctor. He's a football player. He's a jock. It's a joke. And it's a shame. Abortion, we know the deal there. We have to wait, but there's no abortion in Texas. But here's some positive side. The FDA is approving a pill. How do you like that, Texas? We can get the pill by mail. So a New Yorker can mail a pill to Texas, so if they want to get abortion through medicine, they can do it. What are you going to do about that? So there's some pushbacks that are going on that are pretty interesting. And on the rule of law, boy, Fox News is not a news. That's a propaganda machine. Hannity, Ingram, they got their pants pulled down. Again, for Ingram, for Hannity, not impressive. Pull your pants back up, buddy. You got no word, you got no scruples, and you're a liar. And guess what? Jordan, Brooks, all these Republicans, they're all brown, Yellowstain. Remember Yellowstain? They can't control their own farts because they're so scared of what's going to happen. And now Garland has to do his job. He's doing a good job, but they're getting the soldiers, the foot soldiers. Now the generals have been exposed. The FBI should start investigating. Arrests should be made. Now we know why McCarthy wanted Jordan on the damn committee in the first place. And the other guy he wanted. They're part of the conspiracy. There's proof now. There's been a conspiracy. And Meadows, Giuliani, and Bannon, it's just a tip of the iceberg. They're all going to go down. So aside from Merrick Garland getting them on the other issue that we talked about, and aside from Trumpster sweating it out because of the taxes, and Georgia's going to come after him soon, and New York State's going to come after him soon, and the U.S. Attorney's going to come after him soon, aside from that, he's also committing a crime of treason. And that's what's got all the Republicans sweating right now. How the heck can you vote for Republican? You want the democracy to end? Vote Republican. You want tyranny in this country? Vote Republican. Women, you don't want any rights? Vote Republican. If I'm a little animated, you should be animated. And I want to know what you think. Comment on this. You don't like it? Tell me. And tell me why. If you like it, then fine. Subscribe. There's more coming. I want to say Merry Christmas to people, but what's to celebrate, really? Think about it. Think about it. And when you do celebrate, be careful out there. Wear a mask. Do the right thing. If not for yourself, then for those that you love. And I'm also going to start addressing my beloved Puerto Rico, because as horrible as things are in this country, in the States, in my beloved Puerto Rico, it's a real horror. And we'll discuss that soon. And, a little plug, a little commercial. I beg your pardon, or beg my pardon. How's that go? That's like a real quick joke. When someone sneezes, people say, oh, God bless you. No, God bless you. How about God blessing me? You're sneezing on me. Anyway, that's another story. I digress. But I'll be talking about I have a play coming out called Independence of Death. The true story of Dr. Pedro Campos, the father of Puerto Rico. And some other projects we'll talk about. But we'll really start talking about Puerto Rico. So tune in. If you like this, dislike, comment, and let's hope for another better time.
Subscribe.
Oh, subscribe. Yeah, that's a good idea. Hey, baby, this is great tea.
Thank you.
Till next time. Adios.
I say please, but I'm ready for the war. What?